Now that we've created our item, it's time to attach some metadata to it. We have been talking about metadata, we've been talking about JSON files, but yet we have not actually added one to a token. So that is what we're going to do today. And since you already know everything about metadata, you can go about this in two ways. One, you can either create your own JSON file with all of the data that you want to have attached to your token, or, and if you do that, you need to host it somewhere as well. You need to host your JSON file somewhere, and you need to host an image. Second of all, you can also use my file, because I've created the JSON file that I showed you and that I will show you again in a second, and that is already hosted because I've hosted it. So you can either use that or you create your own. I would recommend you that if you want to maximize your learning here, you use your own JSON file, that you create your own and you learn to host that. And I've left a link where you can check out instructions on, if you're unfamiliar with hosting, how you can do that. This is the JSON file that I created that I will use. And that is one that's just called coin. It has a description. It's a valuable asset in the blob game, can be traded for special items. And then it has an image. So let's see where this image URL leads. Important, however, is that the image URL that you paste here needs to have escaped slashes. So the forward slashes all need to be, before every forward slash, there basically needs to be a backward slash. Is that what you call it? Yeah. So you need to escape those because those characters mean something else for the server that is interpreting this. So for each of these forward slashes, we need to have a backward slash in front of it. But if we check this out, how this image look like, then we need to remove these escaped characters. There we go. The image that we will be using looks like that. So then will show up in our user's wallet. So it's very neat, very nice. That is what I will use. And the file is also hosted here online. This is the URL to the file, and I posted that in the course as well. So that if you want to use my file, this is the URL to it, and you can use that. Now the question is, how do I actually attach this to the URI field of our coin? To do that, we need to go once again to the GraphIQL terminal here, and we need to run this request, create engine request, and the type is set item URI. And then we need to provide an identity for this, and the identity is, as always, our own identity. So mine is 3063, and then the item URI needs to be put here, and that I had over here, so I'm going to copy that, put that into there, and when we have that, we're going to put the token ID here, and the token ID you can retrieve from running the view tokens command, and that is a longer ID than the identity's ID. It's quite long, and then token index can just be 0. I'm not sure what that is for actually, but I've never had to bother. So you need to fill in that and the item URI, and then you can run this command. So set item URI, we're going to run that, and then we'll see that our token now actually has a link to this URI. So let's run in the history here, we have the view tokens command. We run that again, and now you'll see that our token now has a link to all of this metadata. Here it is, item URI is now set to my hosted JSON file. And that may, it may seem, it may not seem so cool. I mean, it's just a string here, right? So what does it actually do? And unfortunately, you'll have to wait and see, because that will only make sense once you see the token in the user's app. And we're not going to do that until we have actually finished the game, because it's only when we try this out that we want the user to actually retrieve this token, but then it will look absolutely beautiful. Or actually, I actually have this in when I usually build out these games before the course. So I've already made another version of the same game that we're going to build, so I can actually show you what it looks like in a testing environment here. Let's see if I can find it here. But I won't be able to, I won't show you on screen because this is just a sneak peek, right? But we're going to look at how it looks like in the wallet. So this is what it looks like. I hope you can see it. It's a big coin, and I can read the description here. Very valuable asset in the blob game, can be traded for special items. I don't know if you can see it, but maybe you can, and you can see all of the properties of this token and so on. It's very cool. So you will see that at the end of the course, and I will show you exactly how to do it, and I will show you on the actual computer screen, so you can see it in clear view, not just on my phone. So that was just a sneak peek, guys. With that being said, we're gonna continue here. We're very soon gonna start developing our game, because now we have created the item that we're going to use in the game and we have our account set up.